A bit up, ba ba dee da da ba ba. A bit da ba ba da da dee da da. Ba da ba bum ba da ba boom. Hello, travelers of the internet. Welcome back to Guardian Studios. My name is JGuardo1, and I am your host, your guide, and your humble bard into the world's virtual. And I am very pleased to welcome you all back to the channel, or in the case of newcomers, welcome you fresh to the Guardian Studios experience and to the worlds of Minecraft, where we are diving back into the world of Crumbach with a lot to do. And I do mean a lot to do. Give me 1 second. Checking something real quick. Checking some notes. Gotta make sure I know what's in my notes. Unfortunately, I don't think my notes are available to me right now for some... Anyway, last time you guys may or may not remember, we worked on this. The High Garden. And we're going to continue to work on it. I need to get this thing filled up with crops. But before I can fill it with crops, I need to figure out how I'm going to do the water situation here. I'm not entirely sure, because part of me wants to have the water drip down from these spots with the torches down through more layers of garden areas to provide them with water for the different things that I will need to be able to farm. Hey there, Leo! Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Glad you can make it to the stream. Hope you are doing well, my friend. Hope you are doing very well. Hang on, I think I just thought of something with regard to how to get my notes working again. Because I keep my notes on another one of my devices, but I think that would be part of the problem. I don't think I've updated that some of the stuff on that device in a little while, so I'm gonna have it update in the background, and hopefully I'll be able to get access to my notes before too long, so I can see what I need to do. Hey, no problem, my dude, no problem. And thank you for posting the rules, Leo. Thank you very much for posting the rules. Always appreciate when you do that. I always do. So, let me see here. Gotta think, how do I want to do this? Do I want to do 2 layers of crops? Do I want to do a mixture of farms in the high garden trees? Or do I want to have 2 separate farming platforms? Hey, Davian! Good to see you, my dude. Glad you can make it to the stream. How you doing? You doing alright? Love the enthusiasm in your greeting there. Love the enthusiasm. I am doing alright, guys. I am doing alright. Got a little bit of a pain in my wrist at the moment, but I'm trying to take it easy on the wrist so that it can recover from whatever I've done. For all I know, I could have just slept on it wrong. Could have accidentally squished it under myself or something. I don't know. I'm glad to hear that, Davian. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. Yeah, I'm thinking I may want to have separate trees for... Ow! See, that was a reaction to the wrist. It really hurts. Put any pressure on it in the wrong way, and it's like a throb of pain. I don't know what I did. Anyway, I'm kind of thinking I may want to do a second set of trees specifically for farming the animals and spread them out vertically. And I think I kind of want to do something similar over here with the crops and such. Spread them out vertically. Have this platform be for 1 pair of crops. Next platform down be for the next set. And then another one under that for another bunch of crops. The one problem with that is I'd have to hope that I have enough vertical space to work with for that idea. I honestly don't know if I do. And also, let's face it, that comes with the one realism problem. The one problem of trying to keep it somewhat realistic. Hey, Payton! Good to see you, my man. Glad you can make it to the stream. I see that Biako in the chat. I see that name. It's good to see you, dude. In a little bit. How are you doing? Still doing Minecraft? Still having fun with it? I hope you are. I say it's still a really good game. I'll admit, I'm kind of wishing I could find a spider spawner. Not a cave spider spawner, but a regular spider spawner. I want to make that distinction. Because I could really use some string so I can make some scaffolding to help me get up to the underside of a lot of this stuff. A lot of RE. What is RE? Is that Resident Evil? I want to make sure I know what you're talking about. Did play Pragmata. I have been seeing a couple of clips of that. Is that the one with the little kid? Is that the one where you're the guy in the armor and you got the little... I guess you're supposed to be a robot kid? Because if that's the case, that's kind of cool. I actually just saw somebody on YouTube made a joke clip, about the, about some drawn art in the game. Some art in the game was supposed to look like it was drawn by a kid, and it was supposed to have been drawn by the little robot girl. I say all this with absolutely no idea what Pragmata actually is, just that with what little knowledge I have of what I have seen, which ain't much. I haven't seen much. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking... I almost feel like I wish some of these trees had grown even taller so that I could have stairways going up into different sections, into different smaller platforms up in the air on these trees, where I could then, Yep, there you go. You said what the thing was about. You said what the thing was about, Payton. Thank you for saying it, because I didn't know how I was going to word it. I kind of wish that all four of these trees were taller so that I could go up into the air on each, make a smaller, somewhat roundish platform on which to farm different things, or make another platform between two of the trees. I'm tempted to still do that, do a platform between, like, this tree and that tree. Problem would be making it so that it's not in the way at all, but use that as a means of spreading out some of these farms. Ooh, ouch. Ouch. I am sorry to hear you lost all those levels, Davian. That is a very, shall we say, sucky kind of feeling. It's a feeling that stinks, to put it another way. When you're doing good, and then, oh, dead. I've had that happen to me before. So many times. You're going along, you're doing good, got a whole boatload of levels, and then, oh, boom, you're dead. Well, you're not alone in that, Davian. I do too sometimes. Believe it or not, I often find myself feeling like I stink at this game too. You want to know the key to getting better? Don't give up. Seriously, when this game gets you down, you can't give up. You gotta keep pushing, keep trucking on through. And just remember that nobody was good at the game right away. Nobody that I have ever heard of was ever good at the game immediately. I'm sure Dream had to try and fail and die 1,000 times over before he got so good at the speedrunning side of the game. Sometimes I wonder if the guy can even bring himself to play survival in a way that's not speedrun based. Well, gotta also consider whatever difficulty you're playing in. The higher your difficulty, the harder everything hits, and the more damage you take from the environment, too. Yeah, do what Panda just said in the chat. Carry a spare water bucket and keep a shield. That's why I've got a shield. I don't normally use shields if I can avoid it. Because blocking in most games that involve it doesn't come natural to me. I struggle with remembering to do that. But in this game, especially in harder difficulties, you want to have a shield. Yep, there you go. That to me says, okay, time to have a shield. That is seriously what playing on hard mode says to me. It says, okay, stuff is going to hit me hard. I must have the shield. I'm going to need to get myself a shield, and I'm going to need to get it quick. That's why in most worlds I play, you'll see me carrying a shield around, because I have to. Otherwise, all it takes is one zombie coming up behind me and smacking me around a bit, and if I don't turn fast and block, I'm done. That's also the reason why I don't do hardcore mode. Some people have said I should try hardcore. I would if I thought I could survive. The problem is that fear of all it takes is one misstep in the nether, one wayward tunnel into the deep dark, one errant twitch, and kablooey! Not just goodbye to your items, but goodbye to your whole darn world. And I don't like that notion. I really don't like that idea. So instead, I avoid hardcore mode. Would I enjoy it if I tried it? Maybe. Am I willing to take that chance? Am I willing to take the chance of losing everything I build on that world to play it? No. But don't get me wrong. I might do it someday just as like a challenge. Like, see how many hardcore days I can survive. Yep, that's true, Pain. Ow. Okay, I gotta remember to keep my hands still. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm dealing with some issues with my wrist. I don't know if it's like some kind of carpal tunnel or what have you. I'm hoping it's not something like that. I'm hoping that this is just something that's gonna pass sooner rather than later, but I can't just assume that it will. Okay, you can spawn up here now? Really? Can you at least have something useful? This guy doesn't have anything useful. Well, I tried to warn you. Have something useful. Get back here, you... Boom! Bam! Pow! And you! Hey, listen! Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Then you face the kind of thing that I worry about, Davian. Because again, all it takes is that one misstep, One little slip and goodbye world, hello oblivion. And I for one would really rather avoid that situation. Alright, what I think I'm gonna do here is climb up these trees, hang out about 4 blocks down from the ceiling that is created here, and I'll set up lanterns hanging well, no, I don't know. Sounds like a good idea, Davian. Well, thank you, Ellison. Thank you for that. Always appreciate your kind words. You know, I almost feel like I should go ahead and harvest these cows because there's a ton of them. When you use the charge attack on the spear, it drains your hunger. Chest here where I can put a couple of things while I do this. Oh. Oh, there went my spear. I could go ahead and use the axe. Copper armor is basically just a placeholder for more iron. That's how I look at it. Copper armor is the armor you use when you've got enough copper to make armor, but you don't have enough iron to make it. So, use what iron you can to make what you're able, to make the really good pieces, and then supplement the rest with copper armor. That's how I look at the copper armor. It's good for when you don't have enough iron or can't spare the iron for a full set. And it's good for pickaxes you don't mind losing. Yep. Payton just hit another nail on the head. That is very true. When you need something that you can use and not worry about having break, copper is a good option. I mean, it's not going to last as long as iron, and it's not going to do as much damage as iron if it's a weapon, but it's not a bad option if you want to conserve the good resources. Yep, fast than stone, weaker than iron. The tools are pretty decent for just about anything you need throwaway tools for. I was not sure I was going to land in the water there. That was extremely bold of me to do that. Now don't worry, I'm not gonna take out all my cows. I still need to make sure that I have enough to continue breeding them. There. From however many I had, we are down to 4. And I see a zombie over there. There we go. There we go. Alright. Pop that there. Put that leather there. I don't need the leather as much right now. Yeah, spider spawners are definitely going to be more difficult. Yes. Copper golems and the other stuff are all pretty good. They are all pretty good. I like that. That stuff is good. Alright. So, I've got to decide, do I want to have all 4 crops here, or do I want to take them down low? And honestly, I'm thinking, to make it easier, I'm just going to do all 4 on this platform, and I'll just figure out how else to handle whatever else I need to do with this kind of stuff. If any of that makes any sense to anybody. Probably doesn't make any sense to anyone, but meh. One issue. Gotta set up some kind of water trough. My favorite thing? What are you talking about, Payman? I'm confused. Which, for anybody wondering, no, that's not uncommon. Matter of fact, it's honestly kind of normal for me to end up being confused by one thing or another. This wouldn't realistically hold any water, but... yeah, I'm not gonna go with that idea. I was gonna make a little, kind of a trough for water. To have myself an infinite water storage system. Or infinite water system. Cave spiders, yeah. I just realized what you were saying there, Paynan. Yeah, cave spiders. Love them. Not. Need cave spiders in my life like I need a punch in the gut. I don't. What I need is for those things to not exist. To be entirely blunt. Because they suck! They really do. They really do. Cave spiders suck. They are a pain in the neck that I wish was not a thing. But they are. So, meh. Alright, I want to do a little experiment here. I put water in that. Go sleep. Well, wait a minute. I got a bed right here. I can sleep right here. That sounds like a plan, Davian. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, as long as there are no walls around. If there are walls, you gotta be careful, because cave spiders climb. Cave spiders climb, just like their cousins. And once they get on a ledge higher than where you are, they like to jump down on you. Tear you apart. That's what I thought. They still haven't implemented that feature. Dagnabbit. Lava bucket would work. Burn them. Burn them with fire! Alright, so they haven't yet done the thing that I wish they would do in Bedrock. Make it so that we can... Make it so water spreads to, waterloggable blocks between waterlogged blocks, if that makes any sense. You know, I have an idea. I may not be a genius, gentlemen, but I have an idea. And I do. I have an idea. It's a dumb idea, but it might actually be a good dumb idea. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more it might be a good idea. I've been trying to figure out how I can explain how there can be water up here enough to garden and farm, and I think I just came up with an idea. I can imply that there's like pipes and such that run where they need to spread water and get water into like basins of sorts throughout the air, throughout the base. Does that make sense? A question for anybody who might know: can you waterlog the well, I guess I can test it out myself. I can find out for myself, actually. I was about to ask if you were able to make shelves into... You can waterlog shelves. If you can, then I may have just found a way to do what I want to do. I've got to make sure that when I upgrade the diamond, I keep a diamond axe with just mending and unbreaking, so that I don't accidentally chop my way through the floor of my base. That would be bad if that were to happen. It would be very bad. Alright, we're gonna find out if we can waterlog these. if we can, these are the closest thing to vertical slabs that we may ever end up getting. Oh, ouch. Oh. Davian, I am sorry. That is extremely unfortunate. Oof. Alternatively, this could work. Compared to what I was thinking earlier, this could work. Good thing there was more water there. Otherwise, if I had landed squarely in that one block that I pulled up, I could have ended up going pop. That would not have been good. Not at all. So what I'm thinking, or part of what I'm thinking, is that I need to get rid of this milk bucket for a minute. Kind of thinking of having these having things like that around here and there. Things like this to imply that, oh, there's basically, well, no, that may not work, which means I gotta replace that leaf. Dang it. There you go. Rainwater catches in wide leaves. Yeah, that does not... If these trapdoors didn't have holes, they'd be perfect for making a very thin ceiling that would basically be like intended to help direct some of the rainwater into these basins I want to do, these troughs and basins I wanted to add in. These do make for a nice alternative to fences. In areas where you don't want to use actual fences, though. Unfortunately, the only other woods that I have are... Well, actually, birch might work. But I haven't really farmed much of it, so I'd have to farm some. The only other wood types I have right now are birch and oak. Unfortunately, the RN Genie hasn't been kind enough to send me a what's-its-face with a wandering trader with any dark oak saplings. Or spruce saplings, for that matter. Spruce in particular would be great to work with for this sort of thing. There is a mangrove swamp not too far away that I could get mangrove wood from. But anybody can tell you, mangrove wood sucks to farm. That's why I'd rather get it from the traders. pale wood. Yeah. Yeah, that would be nice too. One problem is I don't know where I'll find a dark oak forest, much less a pale oak. A, pale garden, or whatever it's called. Is it called a pale garden? I forgot. I've forgotten. Yeah, I'm thinking I can set up these semi-decorative troughs around the base and have it be implied that this is where they collect all the rainwater. This would be where the villagers would have, like, gathered together. They would have gathered the rainwater into these troughs and basins to keep it corralled and keep it where they could easily get to it without having to go down below. Because, let's face it, going down is difficult. Dealing with down there is not something I want to do too much. Might have to here and there, though. Anyway... Oh, if only you'd had some kind of armor, you could have saved that thing. Like, even if it was just leather horse armor. Can you craft leather horse armor? Does anybody know? Because I don't know. But if you can, I would recommend keeping materials on hand to do so. There you are. A spider. No, he didn't drop any string, did he? Well, even if he did, I wouldn't know, because I have a full inventory, don't I? Oh, boy. And now I've got monsters all over the place. I did not think this through. Nope, I did not think this through all the way. Got a zombie coming my way I gotta watch for. Ooh, ouch. Oh, that makes it even worse, Davian. They took what one out? Bianco. Oh, the leather armor. Yeah, I think you could at one point craft leather armor. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure that though you used to be able to, they removed it for some reason. Ow. Oh, snap. Oh, crudola. I did not see you there. Ow. Okay, chow down. Chow down on a steak. Shield at the ready. Okay, I will say that the baby zombie kind of looks cool with its new change. Okay, yeah, see, this is why I want to live in the treetops. I am going back to the treehouse. This is not fun. This is not fun. I came out because I wanted to hunt spiders. Nope. Nope. I am done with the hunting. I am too poorly armored for this. Nerf skeletons. Yeah, sure. Amen to that, Davian. That point about the mobs being able to hit you from further away, I've noticed it. Lots of other people have noticed it. It is annoying. Oh, crud. I think I'll be right back. I gotta swap out my water cup. I'll be right back. And I'm back with water in tow. Yeah, I noticed you were bringing up the whole thing about them not updating the end painting. I agree that it's well past time for an update to the end. It is well and truly past time for them to update the end. I mean, come on. Don't get me wrong, the end is still kinda cool, the way it is now, but it's so barren and empty and colorless. I think that's the part that makes it not as much fun to explore. You get tired of the same empty void and misshapen, randomly placed islands very quickly. It's like, dude, can we have some variety? That's why I like that there are a lot of mods out there for Java and a few add-ons for Bedrock that make it so that you've got more color in the end. I like it when people add on to what's already there. Yeah. It's like we're trying to show what is possible, and we're expressing our creativity through filling in the gap that you yourselves have left for us with the end. Either update it yourselves or leave us be. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so I can waterlog these. There's a couple of problems with that. One, I gotta be careful because if water goes down to the ground, monsters may try to follow that flow upwards. Part of why I need the scaffolding, because I wanted to use some slabs to create an under layer beneath this dirt, so that the water could be contained to these slabs here at the torches. May I just say, I wish we had genuine vertical slabs, not necessarily just these shelves. Don't get me wrong, the shelves look awesome when used as vertical slabs, but proper vertical slabs, please. Real vertical slabs would be amazing. If there is an add-on out there that adds them as actual blocks, not entities, because there used to be a lot of mods that, or add-ons that made stuff possible through use of entities. Actual vertical slabs, and maybe even vertical stairs would help add some more variety into building. Might it take a while to implement? I have no idea. I am not a code dude. I am not a programmer. There is a mod that added them as a craftable block. Is that a mod on the marketplace? Or are you talking about something on Java? Or are you talking about something else? Because for all I know, you could be talking about something you have to go online to find. Which does me no good, really. Hey, anybody else think that they could add copper, basically copper basins, basically copper cauldrons? It is on the marketplace. If you happen to remember the name of this particular mod, or add-on, whichever you want to call it, would you mind letting me know what it's called? Because I would be seriously interested. Yeah, that's close call number 1 of the session. I have a feeling it will not be the only close call that we endure. Hey, random question. Does anybody ever wonder what it would be like if certain biomes had, like, a permanent kind of weather? That was just, like, an almost particle kind of effect? Like, if there was a rainforest biome, wouldn't it make sense for it to actually be raining constantly in that biome? Just to throw out an example. And maybe have it be that in that biome specifically, cauldrons automatically fill up over time. Just to throw out some thoughts to consider. Yeah, please look it up when you get a chance, Painted. No rush or anything, just when you get a chance. I would appreciate if you could find the name of that particular mod. Because I am quite curious. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be one of those ones that you have to get mine coins for, which is annoying. But what are you going to do, you know? Do what you gotta do to have the full depth of creative freedom, I guess. Not necessarily what I would want to have to do, but if it ends up being what I have to do to have that, to have more creative freedom with the game that I love so much. Close call number 2. Or something thereabouts. That or thereabouts. That or thereabouts. Staring into the void, and the void blinked. It makes me think of that old quote It's basically that the one who stares into the abyss should beware lest it start staring back. It's basically about the one who seeks vengeance, the one who hunts the monsters. Something along the lines of, he who hunts monsters should beware lest he become a monster himself. And the one who stares into the void should be careful. The one that stares into the abyss should be careful, otherwise he may find it staring back at him. It's very interesting. That's kind of funny. It's a very interesting way to say don't lose yourself pursuing revenge against the monsters. Be careful so that you don't become just like them. Well, dagnabbit. Going up. I did not realize that there was no support there. Alright, and boop, and a boop, and a bing bong bong, bing bing bong. Later I'll come back when I have actual scaffolding, and I'll make an effort to put in some actual physical support structures to make this feel more realistic. But for right now, this'll do. Gotcha. Alright, going up. Time to go to bed. Excuse me. Alright, going back down to here. Now that we've got the slabs placed down there, I'll end up removing the kind of scaffolding that I made to help us work down there. But now it's time to put this in, put in the water so that we can actually do the gardening. I almost wonder if I could have mangrove trees along the edges of my jungle. Because part of my plan is to make it so that I've got a full-on jungle spreading all over the place. Might even be that part of the lore of this world is that little by little the jungle is spreading, taking over everything. And I just happen to be here, living in it, taking advantage of the spreading. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't decided on any specific lore yet. I want to come up with some lore, though. I want my worlds to have lore if I can help it. Time to make a temporary hoe. Basically a hoe that I know is going to break fast. For now, this garden is going to be for just wheat and potatoes, but it's not too big a deal. Thanks for the info, Panin. I may have to look into some of that. May have to look into that one. Because I'm not kidding. I love the idea of vertical slabs to be able to be used to make walls and such. And vertical stairs as well. Don't laugh, but the idea of having a proper vertical aligned stair block is actually kind of interesting to me. Because then you can have proper corners to your vertical slab walls, for an example. Did I really just mess up the alternation here? I did. When I eventually get carrots and beetroots, I'm going to add them in, but I don't think I'll be doing a lot of beetroot. Heck, I may even leave beetroot out because I don't use it for much of anything. I prefer to trade with carrots, potatoes, and sometimes wheat. But mostly carrots and potatoes, because they are major players thanks to fortune. I'm not sure. I haven't really done a whole lot in the Nether since Vibrant Visuals. And in the process of being in the Nether since it launched, I haven't really paid much attention. Now that you bring it up, I may have to actually look and compare. I do know Vibrant Visuals is probably one of the best things to have happened to Minecraft since ever. Because, let's face it, it makes the game look so much better. Having realistic shadows. Having shadows that follow the movement of the sun. That's actually a big deal. It is a very big deal. These semi-realistic shadows that it creates are really, really cool. They are really, really cool, and I like them a lot. So, what now? Technically, this is all I need for the high garden, is somewhere to get my wheat and potatoes. But I do think that at some point along the way, I need to set up more than that. Exactly, Davian. Exactly. We finally have shaders here on Bedrock. So yeah, Vibrant Visuals is probably the best thing to have happened to Bedrock Edition since Bedrock Edition. I seriously say they need to find more ways to make use of leather. Because you can't craft it into horse armor. You can't... Oh. You can only ever use one per bundle. Which is another reason why I need string, because I want to make more bundles. I feel like we really need something like a backpack. Like, make it so that we can turn a bundle into a backpack with even more leather. Make it so that backpacks can be made and then upgraded using bundles. Making it so that we can have more storage. Give us more slots over here, but alongside the offhand. And on the topic of the offhand, Mojang, please make it so that the offhand can be used in Bedrock Edition. If for nothing else, carrying torches so you can place them as you go when you're mining. You know how annoying it is that we can't do that on this version? But that Java Edition has it? And I know how it works. I know it works good on Java. Because I have Java Edition, and I played it with torches, as in the offhand. And I despise that we don't have that in vanilla on Bedrock. Come on. Please, fix it. Fix that problem. Make the offhand more useful in Bedrock. The Minecraft community demands it. No, I'm kidding. We don't demand it. We request it. Very, very enthusiastically. I do mean enthusiastically. The number of people I've seen in chats complaining about the fact that we don't have offhand functionality the same way as Java. Yikes. Now, I'm kind of wondering, should I do another... You know, I just thought something. One of the things I need to do when I go hunting is unleash the wolves. And I do think I'm going to go hunting again, because I need string. I am in desperate need of string. So, since I've got my main wolf pairs up in my bedroom in the treehouse, I'm going to bring my wolves with me, and we're going to hunt. Sick 'em, boys! I've got to name one of my wolves Toby. Just so that I can look at the wolf and say, Toby! Sick 'em! And if you don't know what that is, it's a reference to a cartoon film. One that's been around for a while and is very, very good. Can one of my wolves please help me? I get it, skeleton, natural prey. But, help. You guys took forever to actually try to help me at all. Uh-oh. I got string! I got a piece of string. I got a piece of string. Ow. And my wolves and I got hits. Ooh! String! Sick 'em, boys! Go get 'em! Do I see any spiders around? Any spiders hanging around? Nope. So we're gonna have to go hunt some. We'll have to go find some. I love it when creeper go harmless boom. When it go boom, but it do nothing for it. Oh, jeez. Well, that didn't work out so good, did it? What? Okay, what? Good job, wolves. What the? Oh, it caught up. It caught up to me. Oh, I don't like that my wolves are taking so much damage. Spiders! That is weird. I get excited about seeing spiders in this game right now. That's kind of scary. Are you kidding me? Yes, get him! Get him, good wolf! You are a good boy! Ah! That was scary! Can't hurt us anymore. Oh, well, that's not good. Yeah, close calls all over the darn place. Does not make me a happy camper. What the? Knock it off with the boomy boom! Knock it off with the boom, bada boom. I'm so tired of the boom. Stop going boom, creepers. Oh. Hey, dinos. Good to see you, my friend. Glad you can make it to the stream. Ooh, cramps. Those aren't good. No fun. Not at all. Alright, who's injured? I think they're pretty much all a little injured. Spider! Spider! There's spiders! 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 It's like Patrick. It is, it's like Patrick. Okay, yep, you're dead. You're a dead skeleton.